Ladies and gentlemen, at risk of sounding like one of the coolest broken records, fuck that up, of all time, welcome back to Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. This will be our third run. I said when I started this, we would do 3 runs. We would do a first playthrough, a speed run of sorts, where we also 100%ed it, which ended up not being true 100% to my detriment. That kind of stung. I didn't know you needed to get all the little green shits as well. And then we were going to do a hard mode run. Today is when that hard mode run starts. We will also get true 100%, just to say I did it. You'll also notice here, I'm also doing another playthrough on my own. I've just been stabbing away at it very, very slowly in my free time. So what I'm doing with that one is no markers, no scout bots, just pure memory and seeing, like, I'm not really scanning anything either. It's just remembering where items are. That's what I'm trying to do. And whatever I finish, it's you know, so I'm kind of doing 4 runs. It's just that one's on my own time. But this is our hard mode run. I kind of have big expectations for it. Of course, I've ran through the first Metroid Prime hard mode, no deaths, quite a few times. This one, though, it seems like a more challenging game and more focused on combat. 2 and 3, I think I've done it before, probably with minimal deaths. It's been so long since I did hard mode run on either of those, which needs to change, of course. I have high expectations for this, though. I really hope it's, like, super, super challenging. As you can tell, I added a game over counter in the bottom left. There it is. Right down there. So, let's see what happens, shall we? And again, we will get true 100%. I'm going to do 100% of the scans again. This is not a speed run, but it's obviously not going to be as slow as the first playthrough. I mean, if I get to a point where, you know, like, I'm just like, okay, I wouldn't backtrack here normally, but I need to just for friggin' resources, I'm going to. That being said, though, I'm certainly not gonna bother everybody to make me watch me, like, get all the green crystals in the desert. Hold on. It's Cosmic Year 20X9, determined to defeat Samus and the Galactic Federation. Silex and his army of space pirates launched a series of attacks on Federation research facilities. It is believed the space pirates are being controlled by Metroids that have the ability to fuse with other life forms and control their minds. Now, on planet Tanamark, in the Desolin system, another Federation research facility is being attacked. Galactic Federation HQ received their distress call and dispatched Samus, who was on a reconnaissance mission nearby. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, I'm going to collect green crystals, like, on my own time. But if I die on that own time, I'll make sure to add it to the counter after the fact. I may even do... Actually, I probably won't now. But I might even... I don't know. So I think I'm going to do... I'm not going to stop and read the lore. We probably will watch cutscenes again, because they're not super long for the most part. I won't stop and read, like, scans and stuff. This run might be the one where I do, like, the lore read at the end that I haven't done yet. I kind of just want to read through all of them at once. Might take a while, I don't know. We'll see once we're approaching the end of the run, depending on what day of the week it is, and how things kind of line up time-wise. Because I've watched, after consuming a lot of media on this game now, a lot of people are presenting a lot of cool theories that'll pop into my head and or I will want to discuss at some point. Including some clarity on the ending, which I was still kind of... I don't hate how it ended, but I was kind of thinking, like, is it very much like Samus to leave people like that, even though she needs to get back and help other people, because those 5 aren't the only ones in danger. You know, so she's thinking that too, but There's also the, simple facts that... What the hell was I gonna say? Hold on. Yep, no, that definitely takes longer to kill them. Federation trooper. What the hell was I saying?
We're holding our position, but the artifact is at risk. We need immediate...
I have no idea what I was saying.
Samus, you made it. Command needs you to secure a sensitive artifact.
Oh yeah, the ending, right.
Uploading coordinates now.
So with the ending,
When you're ready, scan the door and head
it seemed like, from my understanding, I'm trying to remember who talked about that. It was probably one of two people on YouTube. I don't remember, but whoever talked about it said the teleporter was probably going to blow up or something like that, which I guess could make some sense. So it's either Samus gets the fuck out of there or they all die anyway. It's like she was put in a very tough spot, and the game ended on that scene, so I'm sure in Metroid Prime 5, God willing, it happens, and this game sells well. Yeah, God willing that happens and this game sells well. It'll be one of the first things explained.
Go get him, Samus.
That's why I'm here, to go get him. He's dead. Now, first person of the game portion of the game isn't extremely challenging. Yet. What I'm mainly worried about, and the reason I decided to add a death counter, was what's it called? Boss fights to a certain extent, like certain boss fights, like there's certain ones that I don't think will give me trouble, but other ones that I think definitely will. But also those scenarios you're in where you just get like swarmed with stuff. I also need to change something here. I am on hard, yep. I just want to know, okay. So yeah, you just want to change, you don't want to change that. You don't want to accidentally change it at all. You got to make it through hard mode, through and through. We are on performance, good. That's what I thought. Just wanted to make sure. I really have taken a liking to the performance mode, but of course on my new 4K TV that I just bought a couple weeks ago, I am absolutely loving it. Like, just my other run that I'm doing right now, just going back and forth, like, between the handheld and 120, I know it's only 720, but, just manly. It's just so smooth in 120. Like, the thought of arguably my most beloved series of, of all time, just running at that rate, it's just fantastic. So these guys still do drop. Well, actually, no, maybe they don't, but the boxes and stuff do. Oh, shit. I just let that one die. Hey, you throw that? See, even on a third playthrough, I still have shit to say about this game. I feel like I haven't fully watched or appreciated this cutscene yet, really. Like, I don't know why. There goes the artifact. And it raises a lot of questions, because this artifact they have is very clearly Like, the teleporter looks like that artifact. Like, it's like the space pirate, or the space pirates. Maybe the space pirates knew about the Lemorn, maybe Silex knew about the Lemorn. But it seems like the Galactic Federation got this technology from the Lemorn. Makes you wonder how important they're going to be to this overall story, you know?
This is the fallback point.
Raises a lot of questions, and I can see why people are theorizing a time loop. Like, did Samus go forward and, like, backwards in time or something, or forward? I don't know. And her planting that on what appears to be an empty Tanimar, I think it's the planet Tanimar. People have been speculating that. To me, I think it's Tanimar just decimated and everything's gone. Spread out through across the wherever, the cosmos, the universe, time. Doesn't matter. But, did she start it all by placing it there? Because that Silex battle in that cutscene, which I have mixed feelings on, it looks like the same type of blast almost, and it almost looks like it's in the same spot. I don't know. There's a lot of speculation that probably won't be answered for at least 5 years, maybe more. Who knows when they'll make another friggin' Prime 5. Whatever. Anyway, 3D simulations confirm the ring's orbital rotation pattern. Possible iterations are still being calculated. Levels have exceeded 2.69 TKV. Negative energy and exotic matter emissions detected. Hologram of the Desolin system. Artifact detection location marked. Rest in peace. R.I.P.
Samus, Office Squad is expecting you in the hangar.
Got it.
They're moving the artifact to safety.
Alright. I did play with some settings too. I turned off motion control because that throws me off more than anything. But I did turn it on for certain things, and I do want... That's another thing I wanted to say. On my third playthrough here, I tend to forget about settings like that because I just get so... I shouldn't say I always forget about them, but you know you're immersed in a game and you think a game is great if you're just forgetting about settings that would make your playthrough even fucking better.
Get that artifact on the bird, now!
Careful! I need to secure this thing.
We're out of time. Let's go.
For example, motion controls with the grapple lasso. Now, will it work well with the Pro Controller? I don't know. I've been playing around with it with the Joy-Cons and it works well because, you know, you're holding two separate things. It just feels right, just going yoink. We'll see how it feels. It won't feel the same with this because you're not using two hands. You know what I mean. On the Wii, that always felt right, just yoinking it like that. There's our Aberax scan. So on that note, the three missables, Galactic Federation Trooper, Space Pirate, and Aberax. Got them all. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Oh, that hit me. Jeez, that hit me too. Okay. Gotta remember, we gotta play things a little more cautious here. So bosses do still spawn health. Noted. I believe it's save stations that don't heal you, though. Definitely taking more damage this time around, that's for sure. Yeah. Gotta make sure we actually avoid stuff now. Yeah. Gotta be smarter than that. There we go. Yeah, so I'm not being patient. I definitely need to be more patient. Metroidvanias are all about patience, baby. Patience, patience, patience. Learning your opponent's patterns. Remaining observant. Oh. Oh, right, that's a tough one. We gotta remember this is just a tutorial boss, too, like, you get to a point where, like, enemies even on normal mode are doing 30 damage to you. On just, like, a basic hit. The fact that there's like 2 buttons for like each activity, like if my right middle finger is getting sore, I can just start using my right thumb to shoot. It can be a little disorienting, but like the fact that the options there I think is cool. Like there's just so many ways to play this game. I love that. Fuck, hi. Die. Back up, Jack. Oh, not that one that time. All right, no deaths in the prologue. Yeah. Upon further review, she did not need to roll like that there. But, you know, it looked really cool, so, you know, why the hell not? She absolutely had to, and she killed it. Good for her. I'm trying to pay attention to some more nitty-gritty details here, too. Like, Silex is... I don't know, like... I'm still not convinced he accidentally shot that. That would be a little lame if he did. But like, again, this entire thing got engulfed here. The whole thing got engulfed. And I feel like that's just the starting point of the whole trilogy. If they go the trilogy route, which I'm assuming they will. If that were the case, though. As much as I love Metroid Prime, they could have just kept that... Like, Metroid Prime really isn't involved in this unless they just want to go for that as, you know... what the 3D series is called. I don't know, they could have easily dropped the Metroid Prime name and just, you know... done 3D first person, like, just called it something else, but... Again, you know, they promised it, and... It's not a bad idea. It keeps the brand recognizable. It's just Metroid Prime is no longer in it. Hello there. People call me the Chosen One in these parts. Oh, okay. You don't need to scan that, but... I did like the theory, though, that one of those 12 Lemorn that went out to the cosmos, one of them found Silux. But you also need to wonder, one, what was the, first of all, what's the lifespan of a Lemorn? And how long ago did they go extinct? To make that realistic, who knows? There's a lot of unanswered questions, and that's definitely intentional. Like, again, they're going for a full-on story here. I am shooting myself. And of course, the other ones are their own individual stories, but in the first 3 games, they kind of wrapped up. You know? Like they absolutely wrapped up in a sense, like at the end of each game. Like, but they also left room for cliffhangers. Like in this one, the ending is the cliffhanger. And of course, there's other things going on here. You know, you get 2 post-credits scenes, but they don't tease the next game. One of them is a backstory one, and the other one is just an epilogue, like... Yeah, just an epilogue. Like, it's just, what is Samus doing? What are her brief thoughts after this whole adventure? Whee! Yeah, the first one, it was technically a full story by the end of it. The second one, technically a full story. Third one, technically a full story by the end of it. Each had their own individual... Honestly, 3 had, like, individual stories in between it. Like, there was the story, there was the Space Pirates, like, mini story, but they were kind of part of the main story. Brio had its own, story. Will you do your thing? Go. Elysia had its own story. The Valhalla was kind of its own story in a story, and, you know, just... 1 and 2 are just their own story. This one, though, this was not a complete story. Like, it was, like, there was a beginning and end. You know, we were introduced to our characters, and then we had them ripped away from us. It was a complete story, but much more cliffhangery than in previous entries. And I do like the one thing that people seem to be noticing with this game. A big theme was loss. A lot of the music is sad. Not super sad, but like mildly sad. Even the great bounty hunter Samus Aran can fail sometimes. At the end, it appears she feels, you know, remorseful that she couldn't save these people. But they also brought their undoing on themselves. But either way, Samus is a savior of the people. And, she couldn't save these people. She didn't make it in time. Yes, she can still save them by spreading their legacy, but they're still all dead. So she didn't fail, but technically she didn't succeed either. Like, you know, she was supposedly this chosen one again. This time she did not save them, though. The Chozo, technically she didn't save them in the first game either, but the Chozo are still out there in the universe somewhere, I believe. She saved the Luminoth. Chosen one. our savior, we give you this. But of course, and it probably wasn't the first time. But well, I mean, it wasn't. She wasn't able to save the baby in Super Metroid, I guess. Like, technically, someone was lost there. But typically, when people are involved, Samus saves the people. This time, she wasn't able to. And that could be an interesting motivation going forward. She'll be extra motivated to not lose people. She might want to go back and save these people if she can. We all know Silex is coming back, because apparently he can, like, warp space and time. There's a lot to think about. Even on my third run, I still have thoughts. I still have thoughts. Open up. Yeah, of course, this playthrough is going to be a little... Again, it's not like a full-on... Like, it's not a first playthrough again. We're not just going to putt around. We're not going to speedrun it, though. And this time, there's no rush. I'm not just getting home from work every day, firing it up at 5:30, going to 9:30 to get one. Like, this is going to be like a 2 to 3 time per week thing. Specifically, this week, it's going to be 3, most likely. We got today, Thursday, Saturday's Kirby Air Riders, and Sunday, I plan on doing both, unless I get really hooked on just playing this game. That's going to be the rotation for still another couple weeks here. Another couple 2 to 3 weeks minimum. Until I finish the hard mode run, that is the rotation. And it's a good place to be in. I love these two games. I can't think of 2 games that I've enjoyed more in recent memory than these 2 specific games. And they just happened to release 2 weeks apart from each other. I am Chatoya Valoon, whatever it was, the last surviving priest of the Lamorne. You are the chosen one foretold in the ancient prophecy. We, the Lamorne, will cease to exist. However, by preserving our history and knowledge for the future, the Lamorne spirit will keep on living. Chosen one. Carry out our legacy from this planet Viros to a new world. That is your mission and the last hope of the Lamorne. So she kind of knew she wasn't saving these people. The Master Teleporter is located in the pinnacle above us. It is needed to journey to a new world. To use it, you must first collect 5 keys. I shall mark the key locations here. Of course, as I go through this, I am going to try to remember everything I can before I use scout bots. And hopefully, I can get my off-stream playthrough ahead of this one to help me in that remembrance, but also to not cheat my... Because that other playthrough is just... I'm not even using scout bots at the end. If I don't get it, I don't get something. In that playthrough, it's just pure memory I'm going off of. So, playing another run side by side, kind of cheating that run. And ladies and gentlemen, we're off. Don't worry, I'm not going to skip that one this time. I know it's there. This beginning section is really scan heavy, like more so than the rest of the games, than like, you know, more so than, you know, the rest of this game. Like, there's a lot more... I guess it would make sense that there's more biology and stuff to scan in this area. It's a forest area where a lot of things live. You know. But they really went, like, I had 3 separate flying creatures in the first room. That's crazy. Hey, tell Rivka, what's up, what's up, what's up? Yeah, that's, like I said, it's kind of cheating. Like, because that's the point of that run. But I'm in the ice belt on that one, and I'm only streaming this 2, maybe 3 times a week, depending on the week. I should be able to keep that run ahead, because I've been playing this game nonstop. I should be able to keep it ahead. Yeah, so on my first playthrough, though, I did not miss that stone. I immediately recognized it as, ooh, that's lore. That's a lore. A lore thing. That's typically in Metroid games. That is a lore thing. But then on my second playthrough, where I was striving for 100% completion, I just walked past it and didn't scan it for some reason. Couldn't tell you why. Because such is my forgetful nature. Alright, so that should be everything in here. Oh, except for these. And apparently those things in the wall there. That one actually doesn't even count as a lore. Yeah, because it doesn't take you to the logbook. There we go. So yes, but now our goal is the hard mode run. And I'm looking forward to it. I feel like I am going to be challenged in this game. More so, just because, you know, I'm not as used to it as the previous games, but it's more combat-based than I think the series has ever been. Maybe Prime 3 was a little more combat-based, I don't know. But that game also had hyper mode. This game does not have hyper mode. So I have high expectations for how much I'm going to be challenged here. Specifically in regards to the areas where you're getting swarmed, or like the levels where I guess certain rooms are hard to get out of without getting hit a bunch. You know, like certain boss fights, not all of them. I think I'll have an easy time with certain ones, but those sections where you're like getting swarmed, like the Snow Wolf. Like, I feel like that's gonna test my patience. Like, I'm really gonna have to be on my game. This one ain't my remembrance one, so I'm gonna mark things as I go on this one. Like I said, the other one's pure memory. This one, it's all fair game, as long as we 100%. Fury Green. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I barely get through it on normal difficulty. Like, I come very, very close to death pretty much every time. And on hard mode, I'm very worried. Yeah, that's basically what I do. Like, I try to save my, fire shot for as long as I can before I start draining myself of the ammo. I don't even think that's a scan either. So far, no crazy challenges. I know we have this power up. That's right, I got you already. Definitely taking more damage on hits here. I was kind of hoping the frequency of, like, health upgrades like that, like, you know, the frequency would be a little less, and maybe it is, and I just haven't noticed. We'll certainly see about that, but I believe, from my understanding, it's just, you know, like, save spots, again, won't heal you here. So that increases the challenge. Sure. Kind of makes it harder to just walk by things in certain scenarios, too. A true challenge would be like a hard mode, like any percent, like where you're just kind of speed running and, you know, like you're not getting every energy tank. Like, I've come close to death with full energy tanks on the final boss. feel like I'll die a few times there, too. I know there's a lure. I think it's over here. There it is, yep. I feel like on my first playthrough, I didn't get the full, whoops, concept of the memory tree either. Like, because I'm just like, why am I, like, I was kind of forgetting, because it was just, like, so much information. I'm just like, why am I getting all this green shit again? Why do I need this fruit? But now I remember. You know, after my second playthrough and then watching a couple of videos, I was like, oh yeah, that was the whole point of that. Now I remember. Yeah. Yeah, gallery too. Okay, so ammo drops being less, that would certainly, because in those tight combat scenarios, I heavily rely on the ice shot. Make sure we scan all this type of stuff too. Yeah, that's what I was kind of disappointed at the end of my... Like, I thought the green shit didn't matter for 100% completion. Like, for this Silux scene at the end, it does. It does. So that was a little unfortunate. Again, this time we'll get true 100. But, because I want to unlock all those achievements. I want everything in there, every scene to be visible. Doesn't matter how quickly I 100%, because I don't want to stop playing. And that's regardless of my little nitpicks or occasional gripes here and there. There's really only one reasonable, like, maybe even slightly glaring flaw in my opinion. Despite all that, I want to keep playing. And I think right there is what firmly plants this game in masterpiece status for me, because that's just how it works. Like, if you want to keep playing non-stop, then that means you love the game. It's that simple. My only reasonable gripe, I would say, is... Again, I love the NPCs, but it's in the desert. Like, for example, when you're doing your backtracking and stuff to go for 100%, when kind of like late in the game, you know, like every time you re-enter the desert, it's, have you tried exploring areas you haven't checked yet? There could be new pathways open to you. And also, don't forget the hunt for green energy crystals. Just hearing that every single time, it's a bit much. I don't mind it being in the game, but I hope in 5, they turn it down, tone that down a little bit. I think the constant hints, specifically the constant repeating hints, were a bit much. Yeah, like, I'm not against it because you want these games to be approachable so they become more popular. I fully support hints and stuff like that in a Metroid game. I don't know if this thing counts as a scan or not. I'm gonna do it. I don't think it does. Okay. I fully support it, but one, there should be an ability to turn them completely off. And if there isn't, my thoughts on the matter today basically came down to this. Metroid games aren't really long enough to where you can get lost for a super extended period of time anyway. Like, the game should only, like, give you an obvious hint and tell you where to go if you ask for it. Or, this was kind of the thing I came up with. One, if you haven't advanced, like, the story or gotten to the next area, or picked something up, like a pickup, a missile expansion, the green crystals, whatever, set the timer for like 30 minutes. If you have not done anything in 30 minutes, no pickups, no advancing of the story, no scan, no new scan, no nothing. If you haven't done a single goddamn thing in 30 minutes, then do it. Then give a hint. Not immediately upon re-entering the desert every single time. That's my perfect idea for it, at least. Alright, I don't have my missiles yet. As you can tell, I've been thinking about this game a lot, because I love this game. It's my most anticipated game of all time.
Data received.
I don't know, honestly. I guess I'll make sure to scan one at some point. It's definitely not missable, I know that, but... because I know which one scans are the missable ones at this point. They could be, though. That might go under, like, the text section or something on here. Like the machines, for all I know. Oh, yeah. I could use that now, but we're not going to. Let's see, I believe this room, if I remember correct, has a missile expansion in it somewhere. Yeah, it's behind one of those two. Whichever one doesn't have the door out of here. Nope. Is there a lore in here? I don't think there's a lore in this room, actually. No, I don't think so. I do not think so. Yeah, one time I just completely brain farted and went there before getting the gravity suit, and it was like, oh, shit, that's right. Like, I knew that, but it just, I brain farted, essentially. And it says, cannot progress any further. I feel like even in the first game, though, at least in the GameCube version, I remembered getting, hints, I guess? Because I hadn't played, most of my time playing this series has been on the Wii, with the Prime Trilogy, because I just think it's the best way to play. Hello, creature that everyone thought was Camden. But I played the GameCube one again very recently, and I feel like it threw hints at me a lot faster. So it's always been a part of this series, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Like, hints are okay, I don't mind that. Just give us the ability to completely turn them off if we want, and just save them unless you get really stuck. Like, I don't need a constant reminder to explore or collect crystals every time I enter a new area. That's a bit much. Like, I actually loved exploring this. Like, once you meet Miles here, I absolutely love exploring, like, walking with Miles and listening to him cry and scream and whatever. It's like, that's his character, you know? That's just his character. I don't think he's overbearing at all, aside from when he's on your comms, constantly reminding you of things. And of course, don't even get me started on the other characters. Put him out of his misery. Yeah, don't even, because I love, Duke was one of my favorites to start off. I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm indifferent on Duke and Armstrong. I like them, but I'm not just like, oh my god, they're such amazing characters. View 995, I like him. Basically, I feel the same way on him. He's solid, he's really good. Like, Mackenzie I would rank, like, especially after what he did at the end, I'd rank him like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. I actually think he's a good character. I'd give him an 8. Drop him a point for the constant interjections. The other 3 I would give like a 6.5? Maybe a 7. And fucking Urtakabi, save the best for last, that guy is a 10 out of 10. He's a 15 out of 10, he's a 100 out of 10. Like, he was so cool in your comms in the ice belt. Walking around finding him in the desert was so cool, and of course what he did at the end made it just... That made that ending hit like a truck. He's such a cool character. I hope we get, like, more backstory on, like, where he's from and his people. And his religion, whatever, all of it. I loved his character.
No hope of survival. But you're also not sitting next to Phil anymore in that cubicle, so...
And let's get some lore on Phil while we're at it. Who is this Phil guy? What if Phil is Silex? What if that was his name before he was Silex? I keep going off on different topics here. I love this game. Everything about it.
Samus? Samus Aran? Hey! Hey, Samus Aran! Oh, stop coming out! Oh. Please get me down. I'll just stay right here.
You got it, buddy.
Try not to die.
Yeah, I keep rambling because I love this game. Even on the third playthrough, I still got stuff to say. Now, see, you can't. I was curious to see if you could scan him there. I got you, buddy.
Shoot some more. What was that?
We're gonna try to spice this up a little here too.
Okay, that did not sound friendly.
Do something I haven't done before yet. You're coming down with me, Mackenzie! He's gonna... Is he playing possum? Should I scan them? Am I stupid? I feel like one thing I'll do on this playthrough for sure is attempt to get the upgraded beam as quickly as possible, make my life a little easier. Like, go back there earlier than I normally might. You alive there, Mackenzie? I'm actually taking quite a bit of damage here. We could get our first death here, honest to God. No, I don't think so. I think we just survived. As long as Mackenzie's not dead. Nothing in that, I don't know if they do in the base game or not. Or the base game, what? It's say like I'm playing a modded version. In the normal difficulty, but none of them spawned healing stuff. To my, I don't think they did.
I have something for you.
What do you got for me, buddy?
Hold on, I gotta manually override this.
Manually override this thing.
Come on. Oh, boy, this is really jammed.
What if I scan him while he's in midair? What does he say?
Hang on, I got it.
Nothing, okay. Because I know he usually says that one comment. Did you just scan me? It might have shortened the... You know? Because I don't have the encounter memorized. I don't really remember, you know. Well, actually, if you shoot him down before that, I bet if you're trying to get, like, the best time possible, you probably want to shoot him down as you're... Because then you have to shoot him down after. Shoot him down during combat might be a little faster? And the cutscene might be a little faster, too? I don't know. It's an interesting thing to think about if you're speedrunning the game. Thanks, buddy.
It's okay with you. I'm gonna tag along.
Sounds good. 10-4, good buddy. See, right here, I don't find him annoying. That is for new players. That right there is for new players. Give them a feel for it. Nothing against that type of stuff. But when it's constant and repetitive, that's when it bothers me slightly. Other than that, I don't think I would change a thing about this game. They knew what they were going for, and they nailed it, honestly.
How about we avoid any standing water? Those things seem pretty territorial.
Well, you give me an alternate path, jackass, and I'll take it.
Something's happening.
Good observation.
Do that.
I am Himothy, Miles. I kind of forgot that they essentially created this as like, there's a lore reason for save stations. Lamorne data for saving behavioral records.
Wonder what's so special about that machine? Why hide it in here?
I don't know, buddy. But let's see if it does replenish my health or not. It does, okay.
Technology. It's not as old as the rest of these roads. What do you think it's doing?
So wherever I heard that from, it was a lie.
Jungle's trying to kill us.
So now that I know save stations will heal me, I originally set the over-under betting odds for 30 in terms of how many times I will die in this. I'm now feeling pretty confident in betting the under.
Massive tree.
I feel like I skipped a couple lures back there, maybe? I don't know. I have to go back, I have to go back. Won't worry about it right now. Gotta backtrack through there anyway. Nothing super challenging yet, but we still haven't entered the Volt Forge. I feel like my first death
Can you read that? Hey, does that say anything about this place?
doesn't say shit, Miles. You don't need to know, buddy.
Must be a sacred space.
I feel like my first death is gonna be that stupid teleporter bot.
I've never seen anything like this. It's beautiful. I'm just gonna stay out of your way. You let me know when it's clear.
Gotcha, Miles. Let's do that thing where he comments. Oh, nope, never mind. He didn't. There he is, gonna say it, yep. Thanks, buddy.
Moving up.
Go get him, Miles. Come on, you can do it. Double kill. Said two of them flying. Miles, learn to count. Oh, you're back there. See ya. Let's roll, buddy.
This is the last stretch. I'm going for it. Cover me.
Go get him. Oh. Now, hi. Spawned a little sooner than I thought they would. Don't worry, Mackenzie, you'll be fine. Oh, God. I wonder if they take damage faster in hard mode. If that is the case, then that first phase of the Silux battle is going to be hell. Oh, shit.
That was a close one.
We're gonna take a quick ride with Miles here.
Make it. Thank you, Samus.
You're welcome, buddy. Here, help me
See
down.
the doors.
Thanks.
I'm good. I'm okay.
Yeah, the one that throws the X's, exactly. Especially since I'm going for 100% scans. Like, I need to have the patience to scan that fucker. And
What is this?
oh, is he gonna test my patience? The easiest way for me to scan him was like when he does that attack where he kind of like teleports behind you and melee attacks you. And I would just kind of let him hit me because then I could scan him. I don't know how many times I could afford to do that this time around.
But it feels like it's working. Well, I'll be. It did work.
Hell yeah, it did. Hell yeah, it did. Alrighty, 0 deaths, so
Didn't you?
I did. Alright, 0 deaths so far. Give me 5, I'll be right back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I managed to hurt my foot walking up the steps. I didn't trip, I didn't stub it. All I did was just, you know, jog up the steps and then just a sharp pain happened. So yeah, you know, this is what happens when you turn 30, I guess. You just do daily activities and feel pain. Anyway, shall we?
That door just opened all by itself.
Shut up. Yeah, that's right. Keep up. Betsy!
A Mark 99 mech?
In this house, we love Betsy.
Anywhere. Mark 99 mech, this is Samus Aran. Bounty hunter? You know her.
She's famous.
You look very familiar. Betsy? What are you doing here? I worked on her back at
I love the
base.
idea of Samus being a celebrity in this world. I really do.
Maybe we
I always knew she was. There's also, now that I think about it,
torn apart.
some lines of dialogue in this game. I'm not going to forget that goddamn thing this time.
Find the missing piece.
I just need a super missile.
Bet we could get her up and running again. Poured my heart and soul into that mech. Poor Betsy.
I love all of, like, I think Takabi and Armstrong hint at it the most, that Samus is just known as, like, the lone hero, the one that can, whoops, survive and, you know, overcome odds all by herself. And she's just known for it. Like, at this point, though, like, yeah, she's famous, but she doesn't have, like, 10 adventures or whatever it is under her belt at this point. At this point, it's just... And they don't really make it clear where this is in the timeline. I feel like I know where it is. Metroids obviously aren't extinct yet. It's still probably before Metroid 2, obviously. I see no reason why it wouldn't be. But at this point, she's only had...
She's torn apart.
We know!
Hey, watch it!
You watch it. At this point, it's just been Metroid 1, Prime 1, Prime 2, and Prime 3, which I guess is enough to make her a celebrity, to be fair. She's done it 4 times now. But... yeah. Even though they're saying that, like, we know she's done this, like, 10 plus times now. But in universe, she's only done it, like, 4. You need me to open the door for you, too? Exactly. Beaten plenty already. Like, the way the dialogue is, it's kind of implying, like, you know, they're letting, like, new players and old players alike know how badass this character is, and they're not afraid to acknowledge it. But in universe, it's technically less than that. Like, it's kind of like that dialogue has 2 meanings. Like, she is logically already famous by this point, but I feel like that dialogue's in there to just say, yeah, this character's cool and we know it. Alright.
Button pushing strategy always pays off.
Good job, buddy.
But I do not know what to do next. So, Samus, you give it a try?
Yeah, let me try using my hand.
Wait, you can interface with their tech, which means you can understand it, which means you've received translation data, which opens up a world of possibilities. Once I get this working, we can use this tech to our advantage.
Hot take. Well, maybe not a hot take. Samus should minimally talk in future games.
Oh, this data chip.
If they keep this formula. If it's a bit dialogue heavy,
Wow, that is fascinating.
mildly dialogue heavy, I guess, or
We'll put this.
decent amount of cutscenes, I should say. Whatever you want to call it.
See.
She should at least occasionally respond. Like, when he says, "You are sneaky quiet," you know, that she should absolutely ignore that, because that's just what she would do. But like when they're planning and stuff like that, or asking her a question, she should at least give it a response sometimes.
One door is still locked.
I honestly loved Other M for letting her talk. I don't necessarily like the things she said half the time, but
Okay,
I liked it for giving her the ability to talk.
figure out. So I'm gonna stay here if you wanna scout ahead.
Yeah, I'll scout ahead.
It's about to get real
Oh, nerdy.
in here.
Same time, I do get why people hate Miles, though. There are people who want the games to be a certain way, and I respect that. And honestly, I want them to be a certain way too, but I've always been open-minded with Metroid. I haven't really disliked anything they've put out. Like, again, I enjoy Other M, to an extent.
Well, that's one way to fix it.
Exactly, yeah. When she spoke in Dread, I was just like I was flabbergasted. It was awesome. It was straight up awesome. And that's the thing, though, when it's warranted, or like in short spurts, so that way every time she does speak, it just feels epic. But you would need a little more than that if this is going to be the formula going forward. Just talk all the time, just occasionally respond. Especially to somebody that's as chatty as Miles McKenzie. Can you imagine just her and Rieger Takabi just sitting around a campfire, just shooting the shit, talking about their past trauma and their, like, past lives and how they were brought up? I'd watch a movie on that. Honest to God, I would. The Temple of Memory. I'm gonna pay attention to this cutscene this time, because obviously on my first playthrough I didn't pay enough attention to it. because I completely forgot what the point of this was throughout that first playthrough. Yeah, so basically their history is in the tree. So just, yeah, our legacy is, he straight up says it, and I just forgot. You got it, buddy. Hell yeah. I don't know why I touched that. I knew that too, obviously, but I just, you know, did it anyway. Yeah, there's no lores in here or whatever. This one I kind of have, like, the lore scans memorized. Like, lore specifically is here. And then there's one in the ice belt. And then most of the data files are in the ice belt, and there's a handful in the flare pool. And then Voltforge and Great Mines are kind of just there to explore. I guess. I think these were all lores, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Yep. So, okay, so first run through, we got every single one of them, except for the one in the ice belt. Cool. That's all of them, baby. That's all of them. All of them we can currently get. And I don't think I missed any of the biology. Now, let's not fuck this up like I did on my first run. Obviously. Now that we know what must be done here. It's crazy to me that the second boss fight, the first non-tutorial one, is the one they do that to you on. And they just don't do it again, aside from some side bosses. And, of course, the final boss. You got that. Whoops. I can do better than that. I also didn't save before this. That'll probably increase the challenge here a little bit. Oh, hi. Yeah, gotta be better. Gotta be better. Gotta keep our eye on the prize. Just quell my anxiety. Let's see it. I want to physically see it. Carvex, Carvex Vine, Carvex Pollen Sac. Good. This one we don't need to control. I don't know if that triggered, like, the cutscene thing. Because you know you got him when you, get that cutscene or whatever you want to call it. Like, I don't think he did the automatic recoil. That's what, it's not a cutscene, and words are hard. I'm not good at forming sentences. But you kind of know, though, and right there, he was kind of retreating as I was still shooting. So I might have to do this, like, a 5th time, is what I'm trying to say. Instead of 4 rounds. There we go. Let's find out. This round will be quick if that's the case. No, we might have gotten it. Yeah, we did. We did. Let's see. So it ain't giving us too much trouble either. Definitely a little... Definitely can take more hits, though. That's for... Ow. Definitely can take more hits. The right angle. Nice. Yeah. 3 scans. That's the... And there's really no other, like, main boss like that. And I just love the fact that they give you the option to get all of the bosses after the fact. So, like, technically the Carvex scan is not a missable scan. And none of the other main bosses are either. But they still let you miss 2 things here anyway, and I just find that hilarious. Oh, whoops. Would have been a good dodge if I didn't just shimmy right into it. Ow. Can we hit it before those things hit Samus? Tune it. Stay tuned to find out. Oh god. Step a little closer. There we go. We got him. Yeah, I think under 30 deaths is a safe bet. Now that save stations we know do heal us. But again, we're still not to the point where like there are some tough fights in this game still to be had here. I don't know if I'll get to any tonight. We'll find out. Only got about 30 to 40 more minutes tonight. We're back on a normal schedule here. No more every single day. Holidays are coming up. I gotta wrap presents. I suck at wrapping. That's an all-day activity for me. That's how bad I am at it. So we can't stream every day. But we can still do our usual schedule. Bombs. Much like last year, being a very Shadow the Hedgehog themed Christmas for me in terms of the presents I received, I think this one is going to be very Samus Aran heavy. Hopefully somebody that got me presents traveled to Japan and got me some of that sick merch that they're selling over there. I want that arm cannon pillow so bad. It kills me. Like, and Metroid's not even that popular in Japan. It's like one of those series that just isn't as popular over there. And they're only selling it over there. I want it over here. I think it's a pillow, yeah. There is, I thought it was like an actual arm cannon, but apparently it's like a pillow. Because they advertise it as you, like, laying like this with it.
There's something I want to talk about. Meet me in base camp?
Will do, buddy. And there's some other stuff going on, too. Like, I believe, not Nintendo of America. Specifically, like, Nintendo's main account, posted about, the, what's it called? This merch, and I think it's only available in Japan currently. Thought there was one there. It's a lot of cool stuff. Nothing for North America, though. North America didn't even get any cool pre-order bonuses either. But I did get that really cool, because I'm good at saving up my platinum points. I did get that, those posters that they put on there for 1,000 platinum points. Absolutely indulged in that. Isn't there a floor in this room? There might not be. There might not be. I could be wrong. Be completely wrong. I think I'm wrong. Yeah. You guys are scanned.
Man, they did not design these for humans.
Whoa!
Whoa! You are sneaky quiet, you know that? Hey, I'm glad you're back.
And
That
Samus is
data
just
you gave me
like,
earlier is
bruh.
really coming in handy. I've been able to translate the Lemorn language.
Have you?
This planet, Viros, doesn't appear on any of the known star charts. Might as well be a ghost. I tried sending out a distress signal, but there is no activity in this sector. It is eerily quiet. We could be anywhere. Or we could be nowhere. According to these maps, we shouldn't even be here.
It's that type of dialogue that I feel like hasn't been fully explored yet and will be eventually.
Now, I'll do some digging to see if there's any way I can support you. Now that our comms are working, we should be able to share data. I can provide you with intel from here. What do you say? Teammates? Excellent. Hey, stay safe out there, Samus. I'll be here if you need me.
To me, it feels like they did time travel, and I tried on my second playthrough to really study that, when Samus is going through, like, the things, it's like, okay, so we're here, and then it's like, boop, 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 like, it's showing, like, either universes or galaxies or God knows what. And then it's like, oh, there's Tanamar. It's like, it's at least galaxies away. Was it time travel? Is it universes? Is it dimensions? Like, they've hinted at all possibilities. And they didn't explain it at this game to leave, I think, to intentionally, like... You know all those crazy lore videos people make about Zelda games? I think that was their vision with this game. Like, they want you to speculate the hell out of what's gonna happen next. And guess what? I am.
Be careful, Samus. You won't have it easy if I watch your back.
How will I survive, Miles? How will I ever survive? Nope, not that room. Well, technically. Or no, it's the room before, actually. All right, we gotta do this. Yeah, no, that's... I didn't even know they offered, because I wasn't really paying much attention to platinum points then, and I saved them for things I really want. It just so happens that Kirby Air Riders and Metroid Prime 4 are probably my two favorite games of the past decade. And so I just got the Kirby Air Riders keychain and this. The last one I bought was the 1000 Year Door notepad, like, was that 2 years ago? 2.5? Whatever it was. Year and a half? Year and a half. It would be a year and a half, shit. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to speculate about here. Hi, Samus. One theory that's been popping up into my head, like, all of the things I've been thinking about since seeing the true ending are kind of coming out now, which I kind of expected them to. What if I just started wandering Soul Valley on foot? Anyway. One thing I was thinking, technically, yes, Samus had her physical amnesia, as they call it. This is a tough one to get. There we go. Got it. That's one I don't think I got on the first go around. Technically, yes, she has her psychic boost ball. She has her psychic bomb. She has her psychic beam. She has her psychic whatever. Technically, the abilities she lost at the beginning of this game, she technically never got them back. She got psychic versions of them and gave them back. So at the start of the next game, she might not have to lose her abilities. They don't have to think of some creative way for it to happen again. Technically, she doesn't have them now because she gave them back. I love seeing shit like this. They explore the individual planets of this universe, the Metroid universe, so well. Makes me wish they would do something like that for Star Fox, just in like a... Star Fox isn't as serious of a franchise, even though they tried that in Assault. You know, give these planets some background, just like in a slightly more goofy way. Yeah, that's the thing. She already lost them. Like, at the end of... Like, yeah, she'll like give her suits back at the end of like Prime 1 or 2, and even 3, of course. 3, she didn't even lose her abilities, I don't think. She just kind of gained them on the way through. But technically, she did not lose... like in those games, she like still had them at the end. This one, she technically never got them back. And the versions of them she did get, she did give back. Uh-oh. Somebody's up there sending in the cavalry. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I didn't know because I paid attention to that game and I'm just like, ooh, like this might be the closest thing I get to Star Fox content in like for as long as I live, but like, yeah, I just didn't get into it really. Some of the character designs they had for the Star Fox characters are interesting in that, though. I am taking damage. I'm gonna be more careful with these guys. Yeah, these guys take a lot more shots, it feels like. Yeah, I don't know. My dream is to pick up the series after Assault, but I know that'll kind of never happen. Just feels like a pipe dream. I might die here. We have... Those things hit like a truck. Ladies and gentlemen! Start it up. We got one. Our first death is upon us. Okay, so my theory was correct, that I'd probably struggle with those type of fights more than boss fights. But anyway, my perfect dream is that it would continue after Assault. I didn't really like the direction Command went with the story, at least. I feel like it's more likely that it would either start... I saw one theory about doing like an Adventures remake and doing it from there and making it more like a true Zelda Star Fox 50-50 mix instead of like 95% Zelda type game. But realistically, it would happen after the story of Zero. Interesting. I'll have to look it up, because I knew Starwolf was in it, but I'd have to dig into that more. I don't know, I think it's inevitable. Another theory, because I've been thinking about a lot of things lately. Another theory I've had lately about Star Fox, specifically Nintendo's dormant IPs. Eventually, like right now, they're kind of like riding the remake train, as a lot of, you know, companies are, because a lot of games are ripe for remakes. But in the future, like, what are they gonna do? Remake Breath of the Wild? I don't think anybody would ever want that. People love it for its art style. And just, why would you change it? Like, they're not gonna remake this game. This game's gorgeous as is. Like, there's no, like, up-resing or modernization you need to do. Probably use a little more missiles here, help myself out. Come on. There we go. So, anyway, as I was saying before I locked back in here, in order to fill that void, like when they have their filler games, instead of remakes and stuff, you bring back your dormant IPs. I feel like they have to. Most companies would not, but Nintendo has shown, sometimes to a fault, a care for a lot of their IPs. They just love their IPs. Like, face it, if Metroid was like a Microsoft like IP, it would have been dead 15-20 years ago. They would have gave up on it after like Prime 3 only sold like 1.6 million or whatever it sold. Where are we? Which one is it? That one. Thanks for the notification. Shoot these. Yeah. Missiles. Alright, Samus, time to go on a jog. So we have our first death, but then after that death, we kind of locked in. Like, I didn't really come close to dying after that. Once I woke up and realized, shit, I kind of have to pay attention here. which is good. That increases the challenge. I want to be challenged. A lot's riding on this hard mode run. If this hard mode run ends up being my favorite hard mode in the entire series, this very well could end up being my second favorite Metroid Prime game, which is saying something. Because I like all the directions they went, but I did say there's a couple things I kind of like. The desert is objectively meh. It's not terrible, but it's not exactly great. Like, it's a 5 or 6 out of 10, really. There needed to be a little bit more there if they wanted you to collect all those green crystals. Just a little bit more in the pickups department, or like different variations of combat or something. And again, the hints can be obnoxious. But it's gameplay first and foremost. Then I would say story. Maybe music, then story. I don't know. Let's see. And it absolutely hits in those 3 regards. That's what matters the most for me. Let's see, I think there's one in here. Yeah, the spinner. I should be scanning those? Am I stupid? Hmm? Oh, there he is. Yeah, Mecha Rat. Okay, that was one. Oh, that's the thing I saw at first. Okay. Should we get our Viola scan? Yep, got it. Can't do that. Save here. Let's see how long the first tower run takes us at the speed I'm moving today. And then we probably call it after that. We can skip some of the cutscenes. The non-story based ones. That's just you're getting the map cutscene. Hell yeah.
To get there, you'll need access to the lower levels. There's an elevator that will take you down. Would you like to hear that again?
No.
Oh, and don't forget to stop by the save station.
That line right there on my first playthrough was, oh, and don't forget to stop by the save station. That line bothered me. I'm just like, you already taught me how to use the save station. You don't need to teach me a second time. I know we're trying to expand our horizons here, but come on now. Come on. Respect my intelligence a little bit. Alright, sorry, we can't use it. We just gotta jump right now. Whee! Yoink. Nope. I was looking over there and then I missed my window. There we go. Down we go, Sammy. I like how these things technically don't count as scans, but of course I was going through the game as if they did. Those are things you gotta make sure you scan in those first games. I'll have to do another run by myself, just going through reading about all this stuff. Also in this one, I do want to make a little more of a point of talking to the troopers when they're back at base camp, because apparently they do say some pretty cool, like, meaningful stuff here and there. I don't know how much damage these things do. Eh? More than you would think for a bunch of little mecha rats. There's anything to scan here, right? Not yet, at least. Luckily that got it beforehand. I was trying a little jump maneuver there, see if I can do it. Here we are. This room technically has a thing. I should be marking those other rooms too. I'll try to mark them on my way back up. Because I do want to get as much without the scout bots as I possibly can. Just because it's fun. Just to see what I remember. Like, I might get the scout bots as I'm passing them before I pick up some stuff. So I won't do, like, my first run where I'm just like, oh, let's see what I can get, and then go scan them. Like, I just want to see what I can remember as I go, more or less. And so far, I feel like I'm doing pretty alright. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, God said let there be light. I'm not going to take any chances here. I probably could have made it to the next one. Whoops. They really did kill it with the music in this game. Absolutely killed it. Perfect 10 out of 10. Some areas can feel a little empty without it, I guess. Like the ambience compared to the other... Ah! It can feel a little empty compared to areas like this, where they went the extra mile, but I think it all fits. Oh yeah, it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I know it's a pretty generic opinion too, but I have to be objective in my thoughts here. My favorite game in the area is the Ice Belt. I think what they did in the Ice Belt, to where you're exploring it, you know, you're scanning all the lore and stuff, you're building up that sense of dread, just like, huh, there's things being incubated here, and I'm about to go turn the power on. This isn't gonna end. Like, just the build-up is so perfect, and then the graphics, like the yellow flashing lights over like the bluish white, like frozen like landscape around you. That area is an absolute just like artistic masterpiece. And the way the music shifts there, that Icebelt OST is some of the best in the entire game. It really is. It's top notch. There's a ton of good moments when like music shifts in this game. I think Silex's boss music is pretty good too. Like, I think there's at least 2 phases. There might be 3. They killed it with the music in this game. Some classic sounding ones, some old school, some new school. Just a perfect evolution. Like what I would expect modern Metroid Prime music to sound like, this is what it sounds like. This is everything I could have envisioned. Oh look, I am a wheel. That reminds me. Got a missile or beam something in there. There's an expansion in there. I think it's a beam expansion. Wow. Wow. That hurt. Sorry, Samus. Oh, I could be wrong. I think we face the teleporter guy here. Either that or it's Tower 2. Right. It's definitely not here. Yeah. Might be Tower 2 now that I think about it. Can't be afraid to take cover in these games. That hurt. Sometimes that's the smartest thing to do, you know? Just get one of them out of your line of sight. You can't see them, they can't hit you. Alright, what the fuck do I do here again? Oh, right, yep. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Actually, hold on. I think that's technically a scan, right? Yes, it is. Gotta keep that in mind. There's a lot to keep track of. Exactly. Like, I was kind of expecting it, but you get to that one room where there's 6 pods, and one of them is broken, and it clearly tells you, like, to me, at that point, it hadn't really hit me. It's just like, oh, well, there might not be anything alive in those things. There probably is, but there might not be. Once you get to that room, where it shows the 6 of them in a row, and one of them with the tank broken, it says, this one is deceased, all of its fluid leaked out or whatever, it was unable to be sustained. And I'm just like, oh, my mission is to turn the power on. So you're telling me these other 5 are technically still alive in there. Wonderful. That's when it hit me. That's also the room where you get that like video cutscene of them trying to resurrect the one and failing. Putting little things like that in this game, it's like a little... They're like lore entries, but like I don't want to say better, but like just a variation of them. Oh boy. It's just like, it adds a little more, you know? Like, in addition to your usual amount of reading lores that you would get in a Metroid Prime game, you are also getting some visual representation. That room's one of my favorite rooms in the game. Maybe my favorite room. I don't know. The only thing forgettable about that section of the game for me, not forgettable, but, see, I can't even remember the name of the boss there. That kind of tells you. For some reason, that boss just didn't do it for me like the other ones did. My favorite is Ferenos, I believe it is, the flare pool one. It's just like epic. There's multiple fun phases to it. It's just very unique. Omega Griever's Peak. Parvex is fun. This one, I believe, Zelios, is it? Is fun. And the one in Ice Belt's fun too. It's just, he's forgettable for me for some reason. I don't know why. Get this. I believe this one does have one. Yes. Fucked it. Figure out which way to go. Yep. Ow, ow. It was the other way. Whoops. That's fine. It's a good thing this ain't a speed run. Interesting. I missed it. I missed it. Why am I like this? I'm terrible at timing things, apparently. That means it's almost time for bed. Let's just stay here and wait. But yeah, no, I did not. So far, why am I doing this? I know how this works. Just get off. I need to stand over there, and then it takes me up. Again, that's how you know it's time for bed, but the only setting that I have played with so far, and it's mostly because I love how it feels with the motion controls on the Wii, I love the amount of customization you can do. It's not just turn on motion controls, turn off motion controls. You can turn it on for specific things, and I love that. So far, I have it specifically turned on for the grapple lasso. Because that just feels right to me. Like, it'll, with a Pro controller, it probably won't feel as right. But, yeah, there's the platform, I just didn't turn around. But when I was playing on lunch today, I was, obviously all I have there is my two Joy-Cons, that's it. Just, with them separate, like a Wii remote and a nunchuck, essentially, it just felt right, just flinging that and going like this with the motion controls. It just feels perfect. Okay, so... Well, it appears today we are going to finish with exactly one death. Which I'll take that. One death is fine. We haven't reached the teleporter guy yet, though. I feel like I'll get a couple there. Alright, so let's get our suit. You know, we'll, actually, no, we'll open up Thursday's stream with the epicness of the scene of driving out there for the first time. That feels like a good way to open a stream. The first time I played that scene in 120 FPS, oh my god, did it feel surreal. Almost as good as the first time I walked into the Fury Green on 4K for the first time. There's just so many fun ways to play this game that typically aren't available to you in a Nintendo game. Hell yeah, peak suit design, ladies and gentlemen. Love the red, love the grayish black, love it all. Alright, let's at least claim our ride. And then we'll hit the save station. No, I think it might be locking me into it. It is. Okay. Well, we're doing it now. I lied. Fucking epic. Again, it's moments like this that make you wonder, like, how does this game run so well, but like Donkey Kong Bonanza occasionally suffers from like frame drops. Like what? How does that work? But anyway, I have certainly rambled about this game quite a bit today, and I'm gonna do it again on Thursday. Probably with some new theories. Who knows? So let's end this with my patented double save. And we shall continue from this exact spot on Thursday. Alrighty, well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by. Shout out to Telrivka stopping by, throwing some good theories at me, listening to my theories. Love talking about this game. This is, again, most anticipated release of all time, and now they've given me probably at least 5 years to theorize about it, which is, oh, more than I could ask for. Yeah, shout out to anyone else that was here. Y'all are great, and we'll run it back on Thursday. Adios, my friends.